So about 2 weeks ago, I came across this post from the Ministry of Health. They were talking about rolling out this medication, and I actually saw that a few days ago, they actually did follow through. Now, one thing I know about my Zambian people is that very few people will know about this and maybe not know how it works. So I took some time to maybe get a little bit of information so that I can bring it plainly for you. So this medication is an anti-HIV medication, just like many medications that we take, and you need to understand its purpose. So the purpose of it is to act as PrEP. PrEP is pre-exposure prophylaxis. So it's just giving you protection before you take yourself to a high-risk zone where you might actually contract HIV/AIDS. The common PrEP medication that we use is this oral medication that we take. I did cover a video on that one, so you can refer to it if you want to be clear on that one. So what makes this medication actually different, and do we actually need it? So let's first of all understand what it is. So it's just basically a ring. It's made out of silicone as shown here, and its job is to be inserted into the vagina and up towards somewhere your cervix there as shown in this photo. So this ring, when inserted, is going to be producing a certain amount of medication to protect you from HIV. The name of the drug that's found in this ring is called dapivirine, and hence the name dapivirine vaginal ring. So it's going to be producing this medication for a period of about 28 days. So you'll be changing this one every 28 days. So there should be some advantages and disadvantages to every medication that we have. Some of the advantages from what I've already talked about is that one, you don't need to be taking the daily oral tablets. Some people find it very difficult to take medication each and every day. So for this one, you just insert it properly, by the way, in a clean and safe environment. I'm going to tag a video here that's going to guide you on exactly how to do that. So when this has been inserted, you'll just wait literally a period of 28 days and it gives you a proper amount of protection. Studies have actually been done to prove that it actually works. Another advantage I find with this medication is that majority of it acts locally. What I mean by this is it's found just where you've inserted, so it will be found in that same area, so it will prevent you in that way. Unlike the medicine that we take orally, that one when you take through our mouth, it will go into your stomach, and from the stomach it gets absorbed into the rest of the body. So it can literally go like everywhere else in the body, but for this one, it's found majority of it in one particular area. When it comes to the disadvantages of this ring, first of all is that you need to understand the purpose of the ring itself. There's medication that works better than this ring, and that's the oral tablets that you take. Studies have been shown to say that PrEP is actually preferred over this ring in terms of them being very efficient to prevent you from getting HIV. Another disadvantage I find about this one is that it's only present in sub-Saharan Africa. So I'll tag a map here, which I found very curious in that why is it only being used in areas around Africa? So I came up with a thing of just took a quick Google search, and the answer to that was that they have got medication in the Western world that's actually better than this ring. So what medication is that? We then come back to the oral PrEP, the oral tablets that we have ourselves here. So if you get the gist, they are using more of the oral tablets because they work for them, because they stick to the medication. But in our setup, we are being found in situations where we are failing to take this oral medication and it's not working for us, which is why we're being encouraged to take, if you fail to take this medication, like the oral tablets alone, you can use the oral tablets and then you use the ring as well. So the two can be used together so that you boost the amount of protection that you get to have. Another side effect that I actually foresee in our setup is recurrent UTIs. So remember here, I said you need to be doing this under a very clean and safe environment. If you do not do this properly, you are predisposing yourself from getting UTIs. So for another disadvantage, since this is being inserted in the vagina, it only works for vaginal sex. So the normal kind of sex when you have it between a man and a woman. So for that other type, it will not work because obviously it's been inserted in the woman. So it's only applied to people who are born women, who have a cervix, who have that canal of pleasure. That's all. So after passing through this information that I have relayed, I came up with a question. Why is it that more medication of HIV to prevent us from getting HIV is being brought more and more to Africa, but less in the Western world? If you think about it, if we followed instructions, we wouldn't actually need this ring, because the oral PrEP, the oral medication that you take, and the way it's been developed now is literally better than all these other medications. But in Africa, in Zambia to be particular, we have one major issue, and that has to do with education. It has to do with sensitization. Not so many people know that you can prevent yourself from getting HIV in this particular way. Not so many people know that you can have an exposure which is high risk, and then you can prevent yourself from getting HIV by taking PEP, the post-exposure prophylaxis. And this is what is very prominent in the Western world. These people know about these things, they've been educated on them, and our people haven't, which is why this ring has to be really pushed out there. People have to know about it, and people have to know the effects, the pros and the cons. You have to know both sides of the coin, because more medication is being thrown at you because you are lacking the basic knowledge of how to protect yourself from diseases like this. In conclusion, I feel if you do manage to take this oral PrEP, it's a superior medication. But if you're in an area where you know that you have a problem with taking this medication daily, you can opt for the dapivirine vaginal ring, because it adds extra protection in an event that the tablets, you are not that consistent with them. So I hope this helped, and cheers.